right, so in this video, I have a sequence right here, and I actually have a record right behind me that I want to sample into my MPC live. But before I jump into it, I do want to let you guys know and remind you, if you are looking into purchasing any audio equipment, be sure to check out my links to zounds.com. It is by far my favorite website to shop at with any audio equipment. As a matter of fact, my MPC Live Mark II is where I purchased it off of Zounds, and I just paid it off a few months ago. But I mean, this thing has been getting used. The cool thing about Zounds, if you want to make payments with them, they'll go ahead and ship out any piece of audio gear that you want to purchase. You set up payment plans with them. They do not check your background. They don't run your social security number. They go ahead and send out your piece of gear and you make payments with them. Now, with that out the way, let's get right into it and have a good time. So right here, I have a sequence right here, just with some drums, and I actually just want to go through. I just purchased a handful of records, and I don't know if it's just me, but let me know down in the comments. Are you also someone that goes out and purchases records, comes back to the studio, and for some reason, it almost feels like I'm coming back to the studio with a new sampler or a new piece of audio equipment, and it's exciting. Now, I haven't gone through all of the records, but I have 2 records right here, and I'm not sure if we're going to get to both of them, but there is one right here. I want to listen with you guys and see what we have right here.
I loved her so.
Man, it does not take a full second. I just dropped the needle, and quickly, within milliseconds, I already felt like, all right, we got something here. I don't know what it is. I'm not even hearing a full bar before I already know this is going to work. I'm going to go ahead and create a new track. It's going to be a drum track because I want to sample into this drum track. I'm going to go directly into the record and start sampling. All right, so we have a few banks filled up with some sample chops. Bank B. His voice does come in, but his voice is not so distracting. He's not really using so many words within sentences where it kicks me off. I'm probably going to be able to sneak in some of his phrases in between some of these bars. So initially, I gravitated towards this first loop right here. Since I'm in a sequence right now, I can just go into the arranger and I put this drum break after these first 2 bars. So I can play with these first 2 bars and maybe come up with an intro. Before I move any further, I just want to let you guys know that, man, I'm feeling grateful. I'm feeling so happy to be here, just to be alive and to be doing this. Nothing crazy happened. I didn't win the lotto or nothing like that. It's just, I don't know, man, like just being alive, waking up, it feels better than anything spontaneous happening in life. I think that's just something we wake up to every single day, so we take it for granted. And you know what? I told myself I never want to hide my excitement. When I feel that excitement, I always want to share it with my audience. Let's get back into this and start seeing what we have right here.
Summer.
Oh, yeah.
Summer. And
notice how
summer.
I'm just playing with different loops right here.
The living.
I'm not sure what, I mean, I already know this is going to sound great, but I'm just playing with different pads to just squeeze in a pad just to break up that pattern. Just want to experiment, explore. That's why I filled up banks A, B, and C, because I like having those options if I want to break this pattern up and just add something different. So I'm going to keep banking through, but I already know I like this. I'm going to record what I have right here as an idea.
Summer. And summer.
I was way off. One thing I need to do is bring up the volume of my click track. So I'm going to go right here and hit this metronome and bring this volume up all the way. Go back to my arranger, crank up the volume, and let's redo that.
Summer. Summer. And
yeah, there you go.
Summer.
Perfect. All All right, so we got some right there to play with as an intro, and then the drums come in right here. I'm not sure if I want to keep the same loop or if I want to bring something out. I can go to bank B and explore with different pads as the verse comes in.
The living is easy. Fish, the living is easy. The living is easy.
Oh my goodness. Okay, see that's why it's important. I mean, I gravitated to that first intro of this record, and I was already locked in. I was connected with it. But do not be afraid to keep digging through the record. I mean, I'm sure there's so much. I haven't even finished the record. Usually I like to listen to the whole entire song to see if there's other parts, maybe the outro of the song. There's like a little seconds or a beats within a bar that I want to play with. So this already sounds good. I'm going to bank C. Let's see what we have in bank C.
Hotness high. Your dad is rich. Your dad is rich. Dad is rich.
But what I'm going to do is, this is awesome. This is great, but I feel like this is just going to loop a little too much, and we might get a bit tired pretty fast if we keep this going for a certain amount of bars. So what I'm going to do is, I already know bank B and bank C. There's a lot to play with as his voice is coming in. So I can use some of his phrases and sneak some of these pads in every other beat. So I want to go back into the record. Maybe there's a bridge. Maybe there's an outro that we can look for and use that as our verse and throw some of these phrases every now and then.
Won't you cry?
Yeah. Oh man. All right. So yeah, there's we definitely found something right here. Oh man. Oh man. All right. I was already feeling good before filming this video, but finding some chops even feels better. And yes, I do break when I'm making these videos. I mean, not all the time, but right now I'm going through a breakthrough moment that this is awesome. I actually want to hear this with the drums coming in right here. So let's go ahead and play this back. Oh man, this is crazy. I'm gonna go to my program or my track editor, bring this down at about -2 semitones, and I think this is gonna fit a bit better with the drum breaks. All right, let's record that right there. Oh man. Goes into the verse. All right, so this is actually starting to come together a lot better. And this is cool because as I'm working in a sequence, I'm no longer piecing different sequences together. I can stay in one sequence, and as I'm hopping over to this arranger, I have these drums coming in. I'm already kind of composing the song. I already have the intro. The only thing right here, I can probably add like a drum fill as it drops into this verse part, and the whole sample chops switch up. What I really like is that I can loop this right here. I can actually grab this small section, and every now and then, like we had mentioned, we can probably switch or break up this pattern. Right there. I'm going to break it up right here. Right there. I'm going to grab this note. I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to mess around with these other phrases that we were talking about earlier and see if we can sneak some of those in at the end of this beat or this bar right here.
Or jumping.
Guys, I'm filming this video and I'm actually going to try my best not to do too many cuts because I really want to show you or take you through the process. Everyone's different. This is not the right way to do it. This is just the way I do it. But you notice, at least for me, I will loop one bar. Even if it's a few beats, I will loop that bar. And I'm doing my best to, I mean, these sound pretty cool as I sneak these pads in, but I'm doing my best to connect. And there's this feeling, and this feeling is unique to everyone. I mean, you might hear something when it sparks my creativity or gets my attention, I jump. You know, I'll be like, yo, you know, I got something. And you might be like, man, I don't know what he just found or what just strike or what caught his attention. But that feeling, I guess, is unique to everybody. So for me, I'm going to go to bank C and I'm going to keep looping this one bar right here until I find one of these pads that sounds good just for that beat alone. Like the guitar does this weird strum. It picks like one note. It almost pauses the flow of the sample chops. And that millisecond pause, it emphasizes right there. Just it breaks what I'm expecting to hear. I don't know if I'm making sense to anybody right now, but it makes sense to me. So what I actually like about having drum breaks, or this is audio right here, this bottom track is an audio track. I'm actually going to jump over to this. And as it does that strum within that beat, I'm gonna probably, I don't know, I could reverse that snare or that drum break, or I could just take it away or do something different to break it apart. Now, what's really cool is that right here, as I'm in the arranger, I'm able to loop a section. I select this drum track, which is audio. I bring this little pop-up window up, and I'm gonna look for that loop, which is right here. That's it. This is the loop that I'm looping up here in the arranger. And right here, I could have a lot of fun with audio. I have this snare. Boom. What if I get, I don't know if it's going to work, but what if I get that snare hit, grab the selector, select that snare hit. I'm going to hit reverse. I don't know if it's going to sound good. It might sound bad, but we're going to find out right now. It sounds okay. I don't think it sounds bad. Maybe a little too loud, and we can lower the level of this. It's all right. It doesn't sound bad. It doesn't enhance anything. What if we delete that section? Now let's hear how that sounds. That's better. That's a lot better. Now, this has been so fun for me. Having this arranger right here and working with these bars individually, the way I'm just selecting certain sections to piece it together has been so fun. Of course, if you're new to 3.0, it could be a bit scary because there's a lot going on. But as soon as you get the hang of 3.0, I promise you, you're just going to fly through it. And you're probably going to feel a little better when it comes down to the creative side and connecting it with the technical side. Now, speaking about 3.0, if anybody is signed up to the course, be on the lookout because I do have a new batch of videos of 3.0 launching as of tonight. So anybody on the MPC 1 Plus and on the MPC Live, if you want to be up to date with this 3.0 version, make sure you check that out. If you're not signed up yet, you guys could sign up today. You could make payments. There's different payment plans. And also, if you want to download the sample chops, the way I have them right here, I will be providing them to my Patreon Patreon after the video. So make sure whoever signed up to the Patreon, be sure to download these sample chops, put them into your SD card, load them up onto your MPC, follow along, or create your own flips with these sample chops. Thank you so much for being here, hanging out with me, supporting me throughout this journey. I could never show my full gratitude of just how grateful I am. So thank you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch y'all on our next video. Peace.
Summer. Summer. And